Hey everybody, I just wanted to let you know that I'm about to leave for my mom's house, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a video explaining in detail the whole scam thing, and my mom's gonna be there too, so this is gonna be a video like kind of featuring her. I'm gonna introduce you guys to her. This is my biological mom, not the one that I live with. Hello everybody, I'm at my mom's house. I just got here. We're gonna go ahead and introduce you guys to the dogs. Alright, Mom, I need a little help with their names. Let's see. I think this one is Killer. Right, Mom?
The little chihuahua.
Yeah, the little baby, that's Killer. Who's the, oh my gosh, hi, bye-bye. Romeo, right? Yeah, this is Romeo. Look at that, I know my stuff. Which one's Pickles?
Yes.
Oh, woo, I'm doing great. Hi, this is Pickles, oh bye-bye. Alright, and then we got one last one.
The old lady.
The old lady, Chili. This is little Chili. Romeo likes attention. Oh, bye-bye. Okay, hello everybody. It is so bright outside.
It is bright.
This is my wonderful mother.
Aww.
I'm about to put my sunglasses on because I can't. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, sunglasses on. This is my wonderful mom. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So we are about to explain to you guys in detail the whole, whatchamacallit? What do you call it? What's the word for it?
Scam.
Scam. The scam that I was a part of. Okay. So you guys are gonna have to, like, comment if you want a video of just the screenshots, because, I don't know how to put those into this video without it looking weird. But anyways, so the way that it started was that I kind of just commented on one of my Instagram posts that I was jobless because of the whole coronavirus thing. And this guy who on his page, it showed him as like an entrepreneur who enjoyed investing his money into different types of charities and stuff. And his account had been open for like a year or something like that. And he left a comment asking if I was interested in a remote position. So basically, he was like, alright, PM me if you're interested. So I personal messaged him. I was like, exactly what does this entail? And he told me everything that it entailed, you know, that like, I would either be his personal assistant or I would be his financial secretary. And since I didn't have any experience being a financial secretary, I told him I'd be more interested in the assistant position. So, he was like, okay, I'll call you in like an hour for an interview. And I was like, okay. And so he didn't end up calling me. Instead of calling me, he messaged me and he was like, hey, I can't call right now. Can you do a text interview? And I said, okay, a little bit weird, but, you know, he was an entrepreneur to me. I thought, okay, whatever. You know, maybe he just doesn't know too much about how businesses work. So I went ahead and had the text interview. And he said he'd get back to me later and let me know, because he was going to go interview a few more people, and he'd let me know if I got the job or not. And, you know, he let me know later. I got the job, and so I started working for him as a personal assistant. And at first, he had me doing research for him. He wanted to, like, start a soccer league. So he had me doing research for him and then emailing him the research that I had done. So he emailed me the research that I had done, and I emailed him the research that I had done. And then one of the tasks that he had told me about in the beginning was that he would need me to run financial errands for him as an assistant. I was like, okay, I didn't know what being an assistant was like. I'd never been one before, so I thought it was normal. He physically mailed me a checkbook that was in my name, and he informed me that he put me as an authorized user on his bank account. And I was like, okay, he told me I was going to be running financial errands for him, so this is probably what that is. And almost immediately after getting the checkbook, he had me begin running financial errands for him. So he has me write up this check for $2,500, and he has me go cash it out at my Wells Fargo bank account. Not my account, but at the bank, and I go and cash it out. And he tries to get me to send the money through a Chase bank account with his supposed business partner's name on it. And Chase Bank says that they can't transfer cash. So, you know, I was like, this isn't working. What do I do? You know, I wasn't sure what to do at that point. And that was when he told me to go put the money give the money to his business partner through a Bitcoin ATM. So my suspicions arise just a little bit, but I'm like, okay, whatever. The Chase Bank thing didn't work out. You know, how else can I do this? This guy apparently didn't trust stuff like Venmo and PayPal and Cash App, which was already a little bit suspicious to me, but I knew people that didn't trust those things, and I trusted those people. So it wasn't that, you know, weird to me that he didn't trust those things, which is why he didn't want to use those things to send the money to the guy. So I went to the Bitcoin ATM, and throughout it, it's talking about, like, you know, it has to be my personal Bitcoin account, and it's not. And I tell him, look, I'm lying to this machine. I feel like I'm doing something illegal. Like, I don't want to be doing anything that's going to get me in trouble. And, you know, he reassured me. He was like, no, this isn't going to get you in trouble. I've done it before. So I was like, okay, and I continued with it. So a little bit later, he has me try to cash another $2,500 check from this account, and the bank wouldn't let me cash it because I didn't have enough funds in my account to make up if, you know, if the checks bounced. So he had me deposit it into my bank account, in which case they gave me $400 from that check. And then he had me deposit another $1,000 check into my bank account, so that I had a total of $800 in my bank account from the checks, and the rest was supposed to come later on that week. And I'm, you know, at this point, I'm really suspicious. I'm really stressed out. He has me go and transfer the money again through the Bitcoin ATM. And at this point, I call my dad, and, well, I call my stepmom that I live with. I call her, and I basically start crying because I'm so stressed out from this whole thing. It's all so suspicious to me, and I feel like I need my parents' help at this point because it just feels like I'm doing something illegal. You know, I did not feel like I was doing something that was right, and I was like, I should just trust my intuition at this point. I've already been getting this feeling. Let me call my parents. And so I called them to try and figure out what I should do, and they basically told me to that I needed to call the bank, and because they said that I had been scammed. You know, they said there was no doubt about it, I was being scammed, and I wanted to give the guy the benefit of the doubt because I did not want to go $3,300 into debt, but ultimately that's what ended up happening. Anyways, so I called the bank. The bank basically is they have me change my bank account information. You know, I'm telling the guy that I'm just waiting for the rest of the money to come in. You know, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though it was so obvious that it was a scam at the time. And at some point, the rest of the money from the checks did come in. And at first, I thought that I was completely in the clear. And I turned out not to be. My dad told me not to send the money over to the guy. I wasn't allowed to go to the Bitcoin ATM anymore, which is perfectly fine. I didn't even want to. My dad told me to talk to him first anyways once I got the money in my account. So I went and talked to him, and he had me call the bank that was attached to the checks that I used and see if there was a bank out there in my name that had like a negative balance or something from these checks. And so I called the bank, and it turns out that this bank was owned by somebody, but I was never an authorized user on the account because I gave them my personal information, and I gave the bank the routing number and account number to this account, and they said that I had never been listed as an authorized user. And they also told me that they had actually received the checks that I had written, and they were going to send them back to my Wells Fargo bank as false. So at this point, the guy's still trying to get me to send him the money, and I tell him, no, I'm not sending you the money. I know for a fact that you're a scam at this point because, you know, your bank told me that they declined the checks. I'm going $3,300 into debt. And I felt so stupid throughout this whole process because, you know, I had been scammed. And, you know, when that happens, you look back on it, it was like, why didn't you trust your intuition, you know? Like, and ultimately what it came down to was, yeah, I was suspicious, but it was a way that I thought I was making money and having a job during this whole crisis, and it felt like one of the few options that I had. And so, you know, that was my mistake there. Ultimately, I got scammed. That's what happened. Eventually, the bank received the declined checks and took that money out of my account. So now I'm $3,300 negative in my Wells Fargo bank account. And that's basically what happened. I ended up blocking the guy's number. I filed a claim with the FBI, and I reported him on Instagram as a scammer. And I have the screenshots. If you guys want me to just kind of post a video scrolling through all the screenshots, then I can do that for sure. It's a lot of conversation to go through, but I can do that for you guys. Just let me know in the comments. So Mom, any thoughts, questions, advice for my followers?
Subscribe and like her channel. She's awesome.
Okay, but I mean like on the topic.
Oh, on the scamming.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be careful. That's just one of many scams that are out there. And especially now since the COVID-19 has hit, the scammers are out there even more because we're getting stimulus money. So be careful. The IRS will never call you and ask you for banking information or IRS info, or
That's true. If the IRS tries to reach out to you, it's always by mail, paper mail.
Yes. So just be careful and watch out.
Another thing that I've heard going around there, by the way, guys, just so you're aware, is someone informed me that there are people going door to door claiming that they have like testing kits for the coronavirus for $5. And these people are scamming these people. Their intentions aren't entirely sure yet. Nobody really knows what they are, if they're trying to spread the virus secretly or if they're just trying to get money for it. But nobody is going to be showing up at your door giving you a free test for the coronavirus or a $5 test for the coronavirus. They don't, that's not a thing that you go door to door for. So just be aware that that's happening. There was another one?
There is another one that I read about. These people are going to the door claiming they are the CDC, and they're spraying stuff in your yard, and they want to come in your house and disinfect your house. Do not let them in. They're scammers. They're basically casing your house to send people in to rob you.
Yeah, and the government isn't going to come to your house and say stuff like that. No branch or form of the government or CDC or anybody is going to come to your house talking to you about this stuff.
Right.
They will mail you by paper mail, so don't trust anybody knocking on your door claiming to be a part of these organizations. But there you go. That's the scam story with my mom featured in today's video. I love her very much. She is a wonderful human being.
Oh, I love you too.
And you guys might get to see her a lot more often because I'm trying to visit her now that I'm actually living in Texas again. Which, by the way, in case I haven't told you, I'm in Texas again. So,
and I'm so glad you are.
I have 21 subscribers now.
All right.
Yeah, it's great. That's 3 more than last week, I think. I haven't been keeping track. But yeah, 21 subscribers. That's almost my age. Alright, so we are home. Go ahead and watch till the very end of this video because I have some TikToks that I found absolutely hilarious that I will be adding to this.
Hold on. Attends. Ant. Temps. So much. Temps. Time. Temps. Horsefly. Temps. 10. Temps. Wait, your aunt is spending so much of your time. You have so many horseflies in the tent. Attends, ta tante, ton a autant de temps dans la tente.
If you have something that you don't want, and that nobody else wants, and that causes nothing but problems, just throw it away.
Why are all these boys in my yard? Oh my gosh, my milkshakes!
Have you ever experienced any of these things, or am I just weird? Like if your friend tell you something and you don't agree with it, but you forget to hide your whole ass facial expressions. She tell you a story about how she accidentally cheated on her man. You just sitting there like, oh, or you just be chilling at home and your weird ass brain is like, make a random noise. No. Or how about when your body decides to play tricks on you and you feel like you gotta sneeze, but you don't, so you sit there looking like a depressed clown. Or that moment where you feel stupid as hell because you pulled out your phone to check the time and you put your phone back in your pocket without checking the time. Is it just me, or does it feel like servers wait until you got a whole mouthful of food before coming over and ask if you want a refill? So you sit there looking like, Am I the only one that thinks that juice tastes better when you at the refrigerator drinking it out of the cart? Or that shame you feel when you've been singing the wrong song lyrics for years and your friends make fun of you? Concrete jungle, wet dream tomato. That's not the lyrics. Or that feeling you get when you find out you've been wiping the wrong way for years?